Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland, your lord and master, your king of kings. Off here to a 1v1 on Langraskaya in the north. It is Expensive Runner, fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland. Here with the Panzerdivision featuring Firesturm, Elite Armored, and he's trained to overwatch with the Escalating Recon Squads, early warning systems for the fatherland, like the Federal Bits Vaccine, and Sector Assault in the south. It is Elpern, fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 6th Armored Division with Recon Support, Urban Assault, and Mechanized. Double Infantry and Bazooka bullets there for him. And as always, a big, hearty, and wonderful thanks to my Patreon supporters and their spectacular support for the Propagandacast. Without them, the Propagandacast would not be possible. Other people can join the ranks by Patreon, or they can donate via PayPal. Links in the description. Finding, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing is another way to help the Propagandacast by spreading the word. So, off to the races we are. Expensive Runner control the centre here. Meanwhile, we got Elpern steadily moving forwards towards the west and east. But there you go. Expensive Runner there going in with a very expensive assault to the Sturmpion and the Kuban rushing in here. Elpern's resistance quickly pushed back as they completely blindsided by this swift motorized blitzkrieg here unleashed by Expensive Runner upon Elpern's flank. Messing up his early game there with a bit of vicious dashing. There we go. We got Recon Support of Elpern featuring Raid Tactics, INR Pathfinders, the Airdrop Combat Group, the M8 Greyhound, and the M83 Cluster Bombs. Also known as Butterfly Bombs because the Americans just straight up copied them from the Germans. These are they got the full team up going for the Eastern Field Point. Heading eastwards here, Racers bring up there as well. Back at base here for Elpern. We got a fairly fastly sending 2 Rav Squads into Lieutenant is kind of risky. I mean, if Expensive Runner commits like more aggressively here, he could overwhelm Elpern in the early game, make it hard for Elpern to like turn around there. So it's a bit of a gambit here by Elpern that just basically Expensive Runner doesn't like go for like a heavy tier 1 with a lot of infantry. Well, theoretically like a lot of Kuba-wagens. So we'll have to see how this pans out for Elpern. Kuban, there's the Rav Squad in the west here. Light machine gun there versus multiple M1 gun wielding infantrymen there. These start there pushing forward here with 2 infantry squads there, 1 Rav squad, 1 rear squad. The full squads here focusing on the Rav squad there. I think well, he could focus on the rear since they're more weakened. They could quickly push off there faster, that way diminishing the firepower. We got the full squad moving in, but there you go. They're already closed in here. The full being focused down here now by Elpern's men. We got another squad moving in. We got a 3rd full squad. Elpern are going for the Pathfinders. I guess moving up here for the lack of infantry while he takes up. Got the Lieutenant as well. Not a bad full faction here between Elpern and Expensive Runner. At this rate, Elpern could turn the game around here, and well, not the reason much to turn around, but certainly gain the upper hand by getting the fuel advantage here versus Expensive Runner. Expensive Runner going for the fairly fast track here, clearly planning some early Jaegers. West side Kuban fixed up by the Sturmpioniere. Rav Squad there being bled out, but so the full squad is at a higher and faster rate. Troops setting out there, others reinforcing, truck out, and west side the Sturmpioniere flanking about. Here's the Kuban dealing with the Rav Squad there, all low in health. Lieutenant moving forwards here for Elpern, and we got the Pathfinders moving towards us and laying down beacons, rapidly gaining an intelligence advantage, possibly over Expensive Runner. There we go, opening up towards the western field point here, pulling back the Kuban as is significantly damaged here. Bart wiping the sandbags, good work for Elpern. Thumbs up there. Back here we got the truck ready to be set up here for Expensive Runner. Likely a battle headquarters. They could surprise us with a mechanized regiment, without a doubt. West here Lieutenant going for the Sturmpioniere. Pathfinder's got the center academy for Expensive Runner. Obviously concerned about a fast vehicular rush here by Elpern. Tank traps part wide there. Back at base we do get the mechanized command post upgrade here for Elpern's platoon command post. Academy for halfway done. In the east side here we got full push back resistance, securing the eastern fuel point back for Deutschland and the Panzerdivision. Kuban around the western point here. Sturmpioniere is the lieutenant. Academy for almost done. There you go. M20 to Elpern deciding he too can play aggressively. And rushes out the M20 here versus Expensive Runner. A bold strategy there. Can also work out fairly well as the Oberkommando West, depending on, of course, what happens next. Pathfinders between the Sturmpioniere, still Expensive Runner there, gaining the slight advantage in fuel once more. M20 halfway done for Elpern, and the United States. Sandbags up here in the east, and we got the force of the Rav Squad here. Didn't get to finish those sandbags in time, figuring down the beacon first. Not a bad idea there. More beacons here from Elpern. No, they are pretty much free to set up, so you can just keep chucking around there. It doesn't cost you a single thing. Battle headquarters there for Expanse Runner. But they're being bled out here by Elpern's frontline forces here as it leads the way for democracy and the free people of the free world. Closing up, Ralph's got to be the cool M20 rushing in here, adding the armored side skirts. Very good. Fifth car there, hanging to the Fulcrum D's, down a half health already. I don't think Expanse Runner will be able to maintain this position much longer. Guessing he's going to be pushing out some Jaegers here soon enough here versus Elpern, trying to start bleeding him out. As a fun fact, there weren't actually like many Jaegers of any of the sort of servers on the Western Front. They fought primarily on the Eastern Front, bit in Italy, but not a lot on the Western Front, as a fun fact. The closest you had was actually the SS Jaegers, which were less Jaegers and more just special operations troops under the command of Scorsini. Trying to engage the Fulcrum is there, pushing them back there with a 50 cal. Breakout attempt by Elpern in the centre so far going well, though a lot of his infantry is quite aggressively bled out. I mean, if Expanse Runner say lay down some mines here, this could have been much more painful there for Elpern. Battle headquarters there, getting the mechanized upgrade. Medical supplies up there. Cool bug need repairs. Really strong push here. And there we go, Elpern laying down the M6 anti-tank mines with his M20 utility car. Now that's going to get painful potentially for Expanse Runner. Particularly like lays down multiple of them. Very overlooked mine there, but very powerful under the right circumstances. It can immobilize any vehicle or any tank. Like I've seen matches won because one of these immobilized a King Tiger or a Panther. Or both in a match. Fulton was Lieutenant Pathfinder C. We got a 5th car there for Elpern and the American Army beacon on the car point. I'm trying to find where there. We got 2 kills on it. Kenner shoots, misses the M20 utility car here. Great utility there for Elpern, I guess. Lieutenant Pathfinder being bled out here. Expanse Runner's just charging out here, fervently and desperately pushing back at Elpern here, looking to reconnect with fuel. Eastern fuel then grab once more, but Elpern is really leading hard here in the early game now. Airdrop coming group there. Elpern quickly calling in more reinforcements here versus the Germans. Some pack houses and of course some paratroopers could give Expanse Runner a bit of a hard time here, following up the flak half tactic with the infantry and the light vehicle. Stuart light tank as well here for Elpern. He is really going here in the early game. He is going fairly aggressively with not just the M20 the Stuart, but also the airdrop combat group. He is really hoping to hit Expanse Runner right in the nose and completely discombobulate him. Moving up the west side with the Sturm Pioneer, Bart 1 and the tank traps. Flak half track almost done. Troops reinforcing healing. Need to get that fuel back in order. There you go. Route forward was the mighty Kubelwagen. God damn! It's a Kubelwagen! Get to cover, boys! And leg it afterwards. Paratroops on the way there. Bit short munitions for of the ability. I'm guessing light machine guns. It could surprise us with the Thompson, which is a really good upgrade, but it's just, you know, Thompsons work quite well too. Still a light tank right around the corner, so fairly infantry or light vehicle heavy fight so far here with the flak half tank versus the Stuart and the M20. At this point, he just needs to act the grain. On that said, will Elpern commit that heavily to light vehicles here as Expanse Runner? I am less certain about that. Turning the Pathfinder into flak half tank, shoots him with a gun. East side here, we can see that Expanse Runner's really focusing hard there while the Sen's being rushed here now by Elpern. Pathfinder's finding the only path is to hell right in front of the flak half tank there. Stuart going straight for the flak half track here. Expanse Runner caught with his lederhosen down his ankles. Two pushing force there. Smoke being deployed here. Flak half track needs to quickly turn the corner here to decrease the championing up by the Stuart. East side here, coming up. Got the M20 there. They're hiding back, looking to ambush the Ken. Have taken advantage of the chaos caused by the Stuart in the centre. Expanse Runner is his force run back and forth here as Elpern constantly is looking like for, you know, a new angle of attack here with Expanse Runner, constantly looking to make Expanse Runner as uncomfortable as humanly as possible with these rapid raids and maneuvers. Kuval and they're done with Eastern Fuel Point. Need to get the car point back again. Oh, it's a grenade here from the paratroopers. And well, something exploded. I think it was the Kubelwagen. Yup. The Kubelwagen set off the M6 anti-tank mine. I mean, that's probably like the best result, short of like sweeping it with mines here, I think, for Expanse Runner. Like, a Kuhwagen is not a great trait there for an M6 and a tank mine. Had seen in the flak half track, Expense Runner been in a lot more trouble. Say, Matt in a Panther 4 or even a Panther. Expense Runner been feeling very, very uncomfortable. Still looking rough here, still secure at the car point here as Elpern's attacks continue to be incessant and very aggressive as well. Then we got a fresh mine being laid down here after the first, shall we say, success. Even if it's just a Kuhwagen, Elpern is willing to commit to more mines. Pathfinder's being hammered by the flak half track troops pushing forward. Got the car point finally connected with fuel here, but Elpern is definitely getting the fuel advantage here, utilising the light vehicle advantage, that way further just gain ahead in resources. 20 falling back here. Kenra learns to go to the Stuart light tank, pushing that further back. Lieutenant forced to bound the centre here as Expense Runner and the Panzerdivision launches forward again. Noting, by the way, no Jaegers. He's just been under such pressure. He hasn't been able to like find the time to call them in, I imagine. Packard's being crewed now here by Elpern. Bit late there to the party, I guess, but better late than never. East him trying to push back with the flak half track. The armour definitely not rated for surviving. 2 centimetre flak fire here from Expense Runner's 251-17. I imagine Elpern's going to take up next, but he could also surprise us by going for a Greyhound, at which point he would of course have 3 light vehicles who could really, I think, swing some attacks against Expense Runner. 50 cal there for Elpern. Lightning gun for Expense Runner, probably help push back against the infantry, but also probably may want to be trying to counter the pack hards, bombarding that with artillery. We'll have to see, of course, that is what he ends up doing. Lieutenant going for another move there for the car point. Flak happening to stop that, perhaps just in time. There we go. Lieutenant Coh2 and Lieutenant Dan there is in the front line. He immediately gets ripped apart. Lieutenant Dan, he's dead. Stuart rushing forward into the Kenra. And then we got a Panzer as well here, causing heavy damage to the Stuart light tank here. Could Expense Runner take out Elpern's Stuart light tank? No, the Stuart light tank, despite the encounter with 2 88mm rockets, survives the story, at least for now. Close call for the Stuart light tank. An actual Stuart light tank being hit by 2 88mm rockets, though, would very much have been on fire. And then some. Paging Hammer with the flak half track, 5 kills, veterans 1 here. Expense Runner dashing through the centre, Sturmpeony in the move here as well. Pathfinder to the 4 kills, 22. Paratroopers forced to retreat here. Centre being grabbed here as Expense Runner launches a further deepening assault here against the Americans. M20 flank harassing on the right flank here, and we got actually called in here on the Kednefer by the Pathfinders. Thumbs up, that's Elpern. Very fast reaction speed, as you can see there. If you do not immediately retreat as when you see the smoke, you will lose the support weapon and the Kednefer as well in the process here. Really powerful ability, honestly. Really powerful. Easily the most powerful artillery in the game, simply because it's really fast. Sturmpeony has been wiped out here. I came to so deep with the Stuart here. Panther starting. He lost the Sturmpeonies with that Panther string. Get rid of the Stuart. That might at least help him a bit. And we got a Greyhound here for Elpern, committing to more light vehicles against the Germans here. Even as the Stuart is a smouldering wreck on the fields of Western Europe, Elpern does not slow down. He calls in the Greyhound. Truck there for Expense Runner is going to take up. He plus a Sturmpeony escort to help repair his flak half track. But imagine also get himself another Panzer Strike. Line gun there being forced to fall back. Yes, the entire front is in trouble. There he goes. He's going to drive straight into the base to try and take out the flak half track. But Expense Runner has very wisely parked the flak half track at the end of his base to make it difficult to pull off there. Thumbs up to Expense Runner. Graham Neeson fuel pun again there. Elpern is once more on the warpath here, driving aggressively against the Germans. He still, by the way, has his M20 alive there. He could theoretically like end up laying down more mines with it. Whether or not, of course, he does it is an entirely different matter. But he could do it. He could do it, ladies and gentlemen. Pathfinder's there, pushed back in the centre. And so far, again, like, despite him going for overwatch, he still hasn't done anything with it. At this point, I would not be surprised if he end up clicking on it by accident. He was actually intending, like, to eat armor or something, but, you know, pressed overwatch by accident. Strength there, firing away. 8 firing away there. Possibly murdered about the lieutenant. But yeah, Elpern is just back to getting good map delivery as Expense Runner. Fuel points under control there, munitions under control there. Expense Runner is definitely feeling the pressure and the heat here for Elpern. And the 6th Armored Division Schwerpanzer calls up the flak half-track, is once more fit for fight again. And I imagine the Sturmpionier, there we go, at getting another Panzerschreck. Major there on the way for Elpern. Having committed to a total of 3 light vehicles, lost 1 of them. He is finally ready to go for something a bit more medium. 5th car there forming a blocking position, will require some firepower to deal with that. Oh, scheiße, he could run into that mine. I don't think he's going for mines because, on average, you're not going to like run into mines from the Americans. And I think that's also part of why this is kind of sneaky there by Elpern. It's despite him losing, the Kuhwagen to the mine, he probably just didn't register it because most players just don't put that much thought into the Kuhwagens after a certain point. And so no one would think, oh yeah, my opponent laid down the M6 anti-tank mine. So that's definitely a bit cheeky there. And I think also crucially, most players would not expect to play the opponents lay down multiple of them. Major out there for Elpern. And 8 engaging the foot runner on the car point. He needs that fuel point back. He needs Panzers here versus Elpern. Schnell. 5th to the front, the foot going for that eastern fuel point. Flak after them towards the center there. Slowly prodding, covering fire here for Expense Runner's men. Grey on there being fixed up with the vehicle crew. And in the far east, we got the M20 harassing here. Expense Runner on the right flank, got the flak after going for the M20 here. Doing a fair amount of damage down. Another kind of Expense Runner. Probably in part because he's realizing, despite his opponent going for so many light vehicles, there's still a chance here that Elpern gets out of tank faster than Expense Runner. Simply again due to the fuel control the light vehicles gave Elpern. So I think going for another KMF on top of the Panzerschreck is a very wise idea by Expense Runner against Elpern. Very wise. And we got paratroopers dropping in. We can reinforce the front line thanks to the beacons as well. It has plenty of utility that way. Additionally, any weapons crewed by the paratroopers can also then be enforced by them, at them. Fun fact. To say crew a machine gun with paratroopers, you can then reinforce that machine gun at the beacon, if I remember correctly. And similarly, say you crew, an anti-tank gun and so on there. Obviously a bit expensive, and you're probably not going to do it for that purpose, but if you end up doing it, you can do it. Coming up against the M20, good shot there. Paratroopers almost wiped out. We got a canister shot here from the ground, almost taking out the full Grenadiers, but falling a bit short there of the full Monty. Troops heading out here. As for Expense Runner, nothing further transpiring in his base as of yet. No Jaeger still, no Orbital Dardan as of yet either. Still some time for any Panther 4. Meanwhile, Elpern is getting very close to Sherman here versus Expense Runner and the German army. Pathfinder sneaking about there. Flak after there. Halfway to version 2-3. Pathfinders, they're seeing the full news. We got Brandhand gun off there. Burning them, forcing them through here. Packard being hammered there by the light infantry gun here. Is it firing back at the light infantry gun? I don't think so. At least it's not barraging in return. In fact, Elpern very quickly pulls us back there. Did the flak after just hit its own men there? That was definitely a bit silly. But there you go, Lieutenant exploding there into tiny bits. No, actually just some of his men. Smoking deployed here by Expense Runner. Thumbs up to that. And we got the ground on the move here. 1 kill veteran to 1 there. Still no sign of armor here for Elpern. No Sherman. No Scots. Perhaps he's planning a Jackson, who knows. As for Expense Runner, I'm guessing a Panther 4 here. We'll have to see what exactly Expense Runner's planning. But on the Major pushing on that west side. Another push up there as well. Greyhound, or M20 caught here with the Recon of the East. Note that the 20 is basically just the Greyhound without a turret and some other slight modifications. The M20 was primarily meant to serve as a support vehicle for tank destroyer units to sort of spot ahead and sort of scout out positions. Meanwhile, the Greyhound was more of a direct reconnaissance vehicle to do actual reconnaissance. Fun fact, and there we go. We do get the M36 Jackson tank destroyer here from Elpern. figuring what else he's got. He's not too concerned about infantry, but he definitely wants to ensure himself against armor here from Expansion Runner, which honestly makes sense. Plus, you know, he's managed to like immobilize a tank there. You know, Jackson's going to be great for finishing off quickly. Closing on that Panther 4 here for Expansion Runner and the German army. Still firing down the center. They're not quite hitting that 50 cal there. Not quite hitting it. Got Ace Pathfinder with troll kills. Gun on the lieutenant. East out there, we can see once more Elpern there probing up there with some paratroopers this time around with the light machine guns. Destiny 2 as well there. Greyhound taking a hit from the cannon after their force push back from the pack howitzer. We do get the Panther 4 there for Expansion Runner. Maybe he'll change his mind once he sees the Jackson, if Elpern, of course, chooses to reveal it. Because it is very possible that Elpern may just keep the Jackson in reserve here until, like, you know, the Panther 4 arrives, at which point, you know, Expansion Runner won't be able to make the decision to, like, you know, can't go for something else he wants to against the Jackson. But so far, Elpern does not seem to be the reserved kind of person. He's just going to move ahead here for freedom and democracy. Once more, though, Expansion Runner's eastern fuel point is being imperiled here by American infiltrators. The paratroopers are ready there with their M1 carbines and their Browning light machine guns. Panther 4, they're ready for Deutschland. West side have been moving about here. Greyhound and some infantry blocking there. We got the center Pathfinders caught and routed. East side there, things slightly heating up here. And the Panther 4 towards there narrowly avoids the mine. Going for those paratroopers. Elpern is flooding a lot of munitions. I mean, he could try and get away with no man. Oh, we got some Jaegers out here now from Expansion Runner as well there. Finally, he used the commander. 20 minutes into the game there, he finally gets to use the commander. Good hit there on the M8 Greyhound. Jackson, heavily damaged. Looks like Expansion Runner's going to try and finish off here. It is like fairly damaged. The Panther 4 could technically deal the blow there. No bazooka on the lieutenant either. Will he go for it? Yeah, Jackson gets shot off, but still, it is heavily damaged. It even pops out the crew here, trying to make it harder for the Panther 4 to target it. But it clearly doesn't work out like that. Kenneth's reporting here, could take it off, finish it off here. And gets the Jackson a significant blow to Elpern by Expansion Runner. And it's raining men, literally, all over the place. God, it's raining men! Hallelujah! Shut up, Fritz! Panther 4 that gets a good hit on the lieutenant. Some men there, veterans won game, but that was a really daring drive here. That definitely puts Elpern a bit more on the defensive. Unless, of course, it hits the mine! My God! The mine just finished off the Panther 4. Suddenly, Expansion Runner's not so far ahead then. I'm sure he regrets not sweeping for mines. Flak half attack into the paratroop, pushing them back there. Still, Elpern has a good map towards Expansion Runner. Expansion Runner needs, of course, work on that without losing another Panther 4 to mines, I guess. Pathfinder prepare the flak half attack here, being absolutely mauled here. Close eventually from the flak half track. Folks flank in here. We can see that. I mean, he's really getting into there some damage now versus Elpern. As both the light vehicles kind of being drawn in there. Though he is now getting them back still. Expansion Runner is not slowing down. He is not afraid. Though he probably should be at least a bit. Sturm Pioneer flak half track pushing towards the center here. More troops running here from the base here of Expansion Runner. The flak half tech reaches into the Bravo Squad, being absolutely mauled here. They are being demolished, pinned down to the ground like insects, and just slaughtered like pigs. Sturm Pioneer about to get wiped out. There, another blow there to him, and there you go. Got the 5th cal though. The casualties just piling up here on both sides. Can Expansion Runner get his hand on it? He's destroyed. Leerson's about to get wiped out as well here. There you go. He's going to destroy. Leerson's wiped out, and the casualties are just piling up there. It's a slaughterhouse. Great, M20 going up the flag half attack. It's being hammered here. The armor is falling apart here. Almost got it, but it narrowly dodges the cannon after a shot there. Need to finish off that 5th cal there before Elpern gets it back here. Major flanking up behind here, but he's not really doing much, except just looking dashing with his pistol. Check that, Nazi! What's he doing? I think he's trying to kill us. Jaegers need to before they get wiped out here. White fast being deployed here by Elpern. Narrowly survived with the Jaegers. Do think some overside might be a good idea here for expense run instead he goes for a machine gun and more Fultz grenades. I mean, that can work out too here. Lieutenant was the flak half type, which is veteran for halfway to this level. In the center, the infantry is being mauled here on both sides. Still, in the end, expense run is forced to concede ground in the center there. Almost got the machine gun ready. The flak half tracking down to repairs. Of course, he needs to replace the Sturm Pioneer squad again. I think, yeah, he cancelled the Fultz there for that. In fact, the machine gun also gets cancelled. Just got the Sturm Pioneers, which again makes sense. Got the ground over the hit, and he's laying down a fresh mine here. Elpern has not stopped with the mines. As long as Expense Runner doesn't get mine strippers, I guess Elpern's just going to keep laying down these M6 anti-tank mines. I mean, so far they've done fairly well for him taking out the Kubelwagen, but more crucially, a Panzer IV. Coming out the centre there, Jaegers on the way advance as well there, straight into the Greyhound. Almost got a wipe there on Elpern. That comes the move, the Greyhound pop smoke disengages. Flak half tack finally routine repairs again. Never seen him get to that in fight, at which point it could become definitely a problem for the light vehicles, certainly also for the infantry with his range. Kemnev gets a good hit on the Greyhound. Flak half tag almost done. East side, the M22's car roaming about on the right flank here of Expense Runner's domain. West side is seeing no real action here between Expense Runner and Elpern. We got the Ace now moving towards there. 201 versus 396. And a Panzer IV model here for Expense Runner. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 as for Jod, a second one here. I'm guessing Elpern's just going to go for another tank destroyer. Just hope, you know, he doesn't get bum rushed. The mine get dealt with? Oh no, it's still there, it's still there. Got the flak half rushing 40, perhaps a bit too boldly there. Straight into the Lieutenant's bazooka. They've got the Panzer with the Sturm Pioneers. On the Sturm Pioneers. Panzer IV, the almost uneffective Panzer runner. No sign of anything there from Elpern. Lieutenant being hammered. Greyhound though, cut in the flank. We can see the flak half tack is being disengaged. A bit too cover against that potential eventuality. Fultz squad there, absolutely being pushed beyond the limits. Could grab the eastern point here as well. Panzer IV right around the corner. Flak half tack being sent forwards again. Ralph squad there is being mauled here out in the open. 25 kills on the flak half tack. Get a grenade here which fails. Meaning, of course, he has research grenades in there. Go. Oh, it's the Gremlin up. No, what? I guess it's the Gremlin from there shooting it. Flak half needs to disengage fully. This time looks like Expense Runner is taking his opponent a bit lightly here. And there you go, Grand around the flank. Takes out the ace flak half track. That's a huge blow here to Expense Runner. It's clearly one of his best tools. And he almost doesn't get the Greyhound, either the D, but he might get the pack house, I guess. Good lord, that is really well done there, but also a bit lucky here by Elpern. Got the flak half without losing either light vehicle. And I doubt the Expense Runner can make off with the pack house. He's going to attempt to destroy it. But I'm going to try and keep him off it, I guess, for long enough. Panther arriving there, Fultz clicking up dark. The Kedman forced away as well here. That flak half track kill is just amazing here for Elpern. Amazing. Almost got the paratrooper squad there. So enforcing healing here. Jackson almost done. Close there. There we go. Jackson tanks right there for Elpern. Coming eastwards. Narrowly avoiding the mine. It would definitely get a bit awkward if Expense Runner, if he like loses like another tank to mine. Just, you know, gets it stuck in the mine. Jackson shoots, misses, ground of the move here. Got 172 to 396. Reinforcing healing. Lining up the vehicles and have a lot of infantry there. What will Expense Runner do now there? Oh, he finally gets the M20 into the car. He finally gets it. A small win there for Expense Runner. Finally removed one of the numerous thorns in his side. There's still the Greyhound to deal with. And of course, he still needs to like find one of the remaining mines here that Elpern's laid out. Pack out to flying away there. Rockets flying there at the captain. Paired with advancing up the centre, we got the near Escalating for there. Vehicles on the move here once more for Elpern in the west side, paired with the Kedden effort. Troops reinforcing healing here for Expansion Runner, lining up for another sortie against the army cannon. Grain moving towards the center, Jack's moving up as well there. Part of me suspects all trying to make sure he doesn't like get too close to his own mines, and if it then goes off under his vehicles or tanks, it could destroy them. Never mind immobilize them, they do survive. Grand rushing ahead, he's trying to Panther's range there. Canister shot completely fails to hit anything, and the parrot being mauled here as well. The Kenref there, fires away at the Jackson, almost guarded here. Jaeger's advancing, pushing back the captain. Anti-tank there from Elpern is in a bit of a tough spot. There's the Volksgut running down, clear out the gun and even secure it. 5th cal there for Elpern. Another one there is. Panther almost fixed up here for Expense Run on the east side. We got the Jaegers with the Ravscourt grenade off there. Pushing the Jaegers a bit about here. The Kedden moving up. We got 116 with 396. Lieutenant making a dashing move there towards the center. Panther on the move here for Expense Runner and for Deutschland. There you go. Ravscourt on the 5 from the Panther 4. In the center. Folks have pushed off the point there. Sturmpion advancing. Crucially worth noting, no minesweepers. Like, he's lost one tank and one light vehicle to mines here. Yet Expense Runner survived, continues to be confident this opponent hasn't laid down any more. Oberleutnant, maybe we should get some minesweepers. 9, we don't need to. We already lost 2 vehicles. Well, you know, I'm sure they won't try it a 3rd time. My God, we're doomed. What did you say? Nothing. Just talking about soup. Ah, yes, soup is good. He's so close to the mine. The suspense. And he's going to send got work up to plot as well there. Very nice work by Expensive Runner. Panther 4 there nearly avoids the mine. Running against there. Oh, does nothing. Telefiring's on the center there. We got 103 versus 395. Parrot from the Panther 4 there. Good. Jackson engages there. The Kedden returns the shot. Then the Jackson second gets a good hit as well. They're almost guarded. And he... No! The Jackson survives with a tiny slip of health there. American Engineering holds out for now. Sturmpion going for the Ravscourt there. Another Panther 4 there for Expansion Runner and for Deutschland. Panther 4 on the move again here. Oh! Okay. Stay clear there, the mine. Parrot's being hammered here with the Panther 4. Lewis gets his head blown clean off there. Anti-tank engages the Panther 4 there. Shot bounces cleanly off the armor. Back here, trip enforcing. Need to get that Panther 4 fixed up. It is down to half health now there. Smoke deployed again around the center here by Expense Runners. Lagtin, Fansleger, Schütz, 18. Panther 4 moving eastwards. Right next to the spot again. He already lost 2 vehicles. He still has a minesweeper. Hey, you think this place is safe? Yeah, why don't you? Why are you so worried? Well, you know, just 2 vehicles got blown up here. I can't help but feel this place is a bit cursed for panzers. Oh, don't be such a baby. What's the worst that can happen? Well, the panzer blows up. Oh, yeah. Grenade off there. Second Panther already there for Expansion Runner. A Kednev's in the far west. I'm guessing that's a misclick or some other thing going on there. That or Expansion Runner has something really cleverly planned out, which you just can't understand. Panther with the eastern side still need the first one fixed up there. A lot of back and forth action. The Kedden coming up. He expecting a vehicle assault in the west. Looks like Expansion Runner's reading this is completely correct here. Almost got the ground here. There we go. No, gets away. Avoids the Panther Faust. Panther on the east side here looks like Expanse Runner's planning some sort of deep flank here versus Elpern. Let's see what Elpern's planning next. Maybe another Jackson, maybe a Schoen, maybe a Scots, maybe more Greyhounds, I don't know. Maybe M20s and a lot more mines. Panther continues his deep flank here, really deep flank. He's got something planned there for sure. He has absolutely got something planned. We've got a Scot on the way there for Elpern. Centre being smoked here. Still having repairs on the Panther 4 here for Expense Runner. Still no minesweepers. Still no minesweepers. There you go. Panther 4 flank going to catch the A10 crew there from an angle. Elpern was definitely not ready for. Thumbs up the Expense Runner. Jackson's rushing in. The Panther 4, they're heavily damaged already. Jackson there focused down the more healthy Panther 4. There's definitely a mistake there. Go. Got it though. That could have gone a bit better here for Expense Runner. In the centre there, we got the Jaegers that molt into the ground here. Almost got the Jackson here. Anti-tank in a bit of a tough spot. The Scot almost done here. Can Expense Runner get rid of the Jackson? Looks like. Yes. No. I'm not entirely sure. Is it out of control here? What's going on? Got it. But he's about to lose his Panther 4 to the Greyhound at this point. Scott moving in, the main gun out on the Panther 4, and the Panther 4 is in flames. Got 49 versus 387. Infantry dug in around the centre here. Artillery fire rained down on the 50 cal. And there we go. Elpern with a light mechanized column rushing through the centre here. Brushing us up, but it was left to Expense Runner's forces here. Panther straight flies to the ground, but misses the target entirely. The pursuit continues here for Elpern. The Chem's getting ready. There you go. Almost got the Greyhound. Cluster bombs unleashed here upon the two Chem, but there you go. The Greyhound is abandoned. But there you go. Cluster bombs unleashed, forcing Expense Runner to retreat into his base here with nowhere else to go. And he's actually popping in the paratroopers into the heavily damaged Greyhound. Never mind the question, how the hell do you fit 6 guys into this? I guess they later on become, circus clowns, because that is a hell of a clown car. This is the actual clown car, by the way. Good lord. Anyways. Troops out there for expansion, looking for another deep flank. Got 9 points left to here. 6. 3. Yeah, that's GG. GG. Game over here. He lost for expansion on a victory for Elpern. A fierce fight with some pretty aggressive light vehicle action. I think really shows the power of light vehicles when handled aggressively, but also mines. And again, I imagine just expensive when they went for the mines for him because again he's just like in shock. An American player laying down mines and M6 anti-tank mines of all things, because I have to stress this. The average American player never bothers with mines. That's it. The commander definitely felt like an awkward choice, and at times feel like he also benefited from always done something a bit more aggressive offensively. Plus, losing the flag craft attack that we did not do Expense Run any favours. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this match though. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, consider donating or pledging on Patreon. Support the Propagandacast and its war effort. Links in the description. Finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing is a great way to also help out. So this is Elpern signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.